Ever since episode 4 of Dutton Ranch dropped, it honestly feels like Beth and Rip are walking straight into the most dangerous war they've faced since leaving Montana. Losing their entire cattle herd wasn't just a financial disaster. It felt personal. Watching Rip put down every infected animal, especially the calf they brought from the Yellowstone, completely broke him. But I don't think the disease itself is the real story here. I think episode 5 is finally setting up the reveal that somebody in Texas has been manipulating the entire cattle market from the shadows. And all signs are starting to point directly toward Beulah Jackson. The biggest clue is hidden inside Rip's reaction after confronting the broker. If this was only about forged paperwork, Rip probably would have stopped after beating him up and burning the trailer down. But the episode makes it clear he still believes there's somebody bigger behind everything. Somebody organized. Somebody protected. And honestly, the episode 5 trailer makes that suspicion even stronger. We literally see Rip storming toward the 10-Petal Ranch telling the workers to pack their gear and leave immediately. That's not somebody chasing a random broker anymore. That's somebody targeting the top of the chain. And when Chet warns Rip that Beulah Jackson will chew him up and spit him out, it almost feels like the show is confirming Rip is finally stepping directly into her territory. But here's where things get interesting. I actually don't think Beulah intentionally infected the cattle. I think the real operation is much darker and much smarter than that. My theory is that Beulah and Mariano are running a massive cattle laundering system using forged veterinary records. Sick cattle, restricted cattle, or livestock that legally shouldn't be sold get passed through fake documentation and flipped for huge profits. That would explain why the broker had fake medical records in the first place. And it would also explain something else people overlooked. Why was Beulah bidding so aggressively for that specific bull at the auction? At first, it looked like simple business competition against Beth and Rip. But now it feels way more suspicious. Maybe Beulah didn't want them buying that animal because tracing its paperwork could expose the entire operation. By that point, Wes was already dead, Whitney had vanished, and too many secrets were already floating around the Jackson family. The last thing Beulah needed was Rip digging deeper. And honestly, I think Rip's investigation into the cattle may accidentally uncover the truth about Wes's murder too. Because if Rip starts questioning workers at the 10-Petal Ranch, eventually somebody is going to mention Wes asking too many questions before he disappeared. Austin already got brutally attacked after getting close to the truth. Whitney disappeared right after. That pattern cannot be random anymore. I still believe Whitney is alive and hiding because she found evidence connected to Wes before she vanished. And when she finally comes back, she may become the person who completely destroys the Jackson family from the inside. Meanwhile, Beth is preparing for her own war. When she tells Rip, "Give me a week and I'll know everything about Beulah Jackson," you already know she's about to start tearing through financial records, land deals, and every secret connected to the 10-Petal Ranch. And honestly, Beulah may not realize how dangerous Beth becomes once she feels cornered. But the trailer also reveals something terrifying. Beulah already knows Beth and Rip are hiding secrets from Montana. That line about people with secrets being useful feels incredibly important because if Beulah discovers what really happened with Jamie or starts uncovering Rip's violent history, she could try using blackmail against them. The problem is, threatening Beth Dutton almost always backfires. If anything, it usually makes her more ruthless. And I think that's exactly where Season 1 is heading now. Not just a ranch war. A full destruction war between Beth Dutton and Beulah Jackson. At the same time, Waqen is becoming one of the most interesting characters in the entire show. The series keeps showing him cleaning up problems for the Jacksons while getting treated like he's disposable. That usually means one thing in shows like this. Eventually, he breaks. And if Waqen turns against the family, he may become the key witness that exposes everything involving Wes, the forged cattle records, and possibly even murder. So now the biggest question is this. Will Rip uncover the truth before Beulah digs too deeply into the Duttons' past, or are both families about to destroy each other completely?